Liverpool's lead is now just 2 points as they fall to Crystal Palace. Jules, Eddie Nketiah got the winner in the 97th minute. No mistake about this. This was fully deserved.
Yeah, completely. Palace should have been 4-0 up at half-time. They were that great in the first half, all over Liverpool, exploiting, again, all the weaknesses, the diagonals, the balls in behind, the fragility at times of Liverpool in possession, which is really strange. But McAllister, again, off it completely. Even Gravenberch, despite being one of Liverpool's best players so far. This isn't Konate, let's not even go there. The fullbacks, let's not even go there. There was just nothing at all for that first half. Second half was a little bit better, and there were some changes made by Liverpool. But overall, even a point would have been really a travesty from a Liverpool point of view, even a point they didn't deserve. So that late goal by Eddie Nketiah, obviously former Arsenal player,
former Chelsea player.
Yeah, and doing a big service to his former club. Was huge for them, and 18 games now without defeat in all competitions for Crystal Palace and Oliver Glasner, third in the table. Just incredible start of the season.
Yeah, who needs Eberechi, right?
Yeah, the only team unbeaten in the Premier League so far. And Arne Slot appeared to blame, well, didn't appear, blame Jeremy Frimpong after the game for leaving his position early on the Nketiah goal, trying to go for the counter-attack very quickly. It's not often, Gab, that we hear managers like calling out their players in public. Unai Emery did it the other day with Harvey Elliott as well. It's becoming a bit of a trend.
Yeah, Arne Slot is Dutch, and Dutch people are supposedly outspoken and blunt, and he certainly is. I have no issue with it. You need to know what the player can take and what your relationship is. This isn't Julien blaming David Ginola back in 1994. Sorry to bring up trauma from your youth.
I was thinking the same, yeah.
The reality is there's a lot of things wrong with this Liverpool team. I hate to say I told you so, but I told you so. Mark Gay, the fact that they didn't add a third central defender. Now with Leone, it's even more serious. Look, there's nothing wrong with Konate and Van Dijk. Konate had a stinker. They're going to need breaks during the season. Now you can't do that. Florian Wirtz, didn't we have that bet about how Florian Wirtz at some point was going to gravitate towards the wing to find balance? He looked for balance in this game. Not that it worked out tremendously well.
Played as a false number 9, not really on the left in this game. But yeah, he's trying to change things.
Frimpong and Kirkes at the same time. That's a really, really tough sell. Yeah. So some of this down to the recruitment. I think I'm not going to say nice things about the recruitment because the guy responsible for it is a nice guy I really like and respect. So I'm going to call it as I see it. Right now, the best you can say is these players, it's going to take time to gel. And all those results they got earlier in the season with the late goals, by the way, shout out to Federico Chiesa again. Yeah. There's an underlying symptom, which is the performances who weren't good. And that's why performances often matter more than results. Jules, we're not done. We have more quick hits.
Yes.
Had Manchester United won away to Brentford, it would have marked their first consecutive league victories since May of 2024. Yep. What is that, 17 months ago?
It was ridiculous.
You know who the manager was?
The
bald Dutchman.
Absolutely, yeah.
Instead, Igor Thiago scores twice. Bruno Fernandes misses a penalty, and they lose 3-1.
Yeah, they're a mess, an absolute mess. Defensively, it was shockingly bad. I don't even know what Harry Maguire starts, to be fair, at this stage.
You know, the way Igor Thiago does him on the first goal. It reminded me, it's what Thierry Henry used to do 25 years ago, right? You run horizontally, and then immediately you spin. I mean, have to be able to deal with it.
It was embarrassing. So much of this United performance is embarrassing. Apart from the goal that they scored, Sesko, who has 3 goals at it, and I think it's quite helped by Kelleher, who then makes up for it by stopping the penalty from Bruno. But apart from that, United had nothing. Almost.
That's why the XG were so high. Like we got 1.0 for that because he shot 3 times.
Yeah, 3 times in the 6-yard box before scoring, and then the penalty, which is a bad penalty again by Bruno, the second one that he misses already this year. I personally didn't think it was a red card for Collins no, because I think Mbeumo is going to hit the ball first time, so there's no control of the ball. What control of the ball you have if you don't control the ball?
So the argument is that Alan Shearer made on Match of the Day, it's my third Match of the Day reference today, is that the reason he doesn't have control of the ball is because Collins pulls him. Or is he just talking strikers fraternity?
I think Mbeumo is going to finish that first time, so he's not going to control the ball. So
but he can't finish it first time because Collins pulls him.
Yeah, but that's why it's the penalty. But it's not a red card because the red card is if the player is in control of the ball and then you kind of like
in a non-football move or whatever term you want to use.
That's why I think it's a little bit
pulling
tricky.
Your shoulder though is not a football move, and Bruno makes the penalty. Collins gets sent off. It's 2-1.
Yeah. I guess.
Alternate
so.
universe.
Maybe.
No.
But overall, it was still not good.
Terrible.
It was still not good. It was a horror show as well. Chelsea in the second half at home to Brighton. Gabi, as the Trevor Chalobah gets sent off, and then they lose 3-1. Gabi, you were there. How bad was it? I mean, the first half, 11v11, not so much. The second half, yeah.
At 11v11, it was fine. I think they had the measure of Brighton. I still don't like Enzo as number 10. There's no Cole Palmer. When Palmer's not there, you know what? At some point, figure out what you want to do. Play Tyreek George up front.
Yeah.
And put him behind. Play freaking Mark Yu. Put a body there.
Pedro as a 10. Yeah.
Enzo is not right in that position.
No.
And he scored. It's not like he didn't have one of his bad games. Like I often see. We had a Benoit Badiashile.
Yes, I saw that.
I thought he'd retired.
Yes, a lot of people did, I think.
I'm kidding, of course, Benoit. But it was a brain fart from Chalobah, who is probably their most reliable defender at this stage, since Levi Colwill can't walk. And then it all kind of falls apart from there. Chelsea, I think, also fortunate when what's his name gets kicked in the head.
Oh, yeah. Gusto on
Malo Gusto on Minte.
Yeah.
By the way, Yakuba Minte in the flesh
is quick, isn't it?
Absurd.
Yeah, really good.
I mean, he's like the cheat code on the computer.
Yeah.
But yeah, good performance from
Danny
from
Welbeck,
Brighton.
Everlasting Danny Welbeck.
The old guy. Yeah. Burnley hanging there well into the second half against Manchester City before getting trounced 5-1, 2 own goals and 2 strikes by the cheat code, otherwise known as Holland Jules.
Yeah, he was great again. Amazing start of the season from him. And then you're right, until the 60th, 65th minute, it was still 1-1, and it was not that convincing, apart from Jeremy Doku again for City. In the end, they got it done, but there's a lot more work to do.
Graham Potter has been sacked by West Ham, and Nuno Espirito Santo is now in charge, beginning with tonight's game away to Everton as we record this on a Monday morning. Jules, I think we all saw this coming, but is it the right choice?
To sack Graham Potter, he's the worst manager in the league with Ruben Amorim, the worst win percentage. Is Nuno the right guy to replace him? I mean, this was in the pipeline. They've been talking for a while.
Would he have been your choice to replace him?
No, although what I would say, because I just don't really rate Nuno. It's not my cup of tea. But the players at West Ham suit him, I think, and will suit his style for sure. I think Bowen, Somerville, Paqueta, to play like Forest, he's going to try to do at West Ham what he did at Forest. I think that could work for him there, for sure. And the discipline certainly that was not there with Graham Potter, because that was a shambles and a mess. And by the way, don't know how Baroness Brady feels about her friend Graham Potter being sacked, but at some point she could not protect him so much anymore. So because it was very much her choice, and somebody else's choice.
If you go down the Potter route, you have to commit for a long period of time, and you may not get results. And obviously, they weren't ready to do that.
No.
David Sullivan, it still looks like a freak show up in the stands with his big coat.
Yeah.
Karen Brady, to me, belongs in the same boat. But whatever. Can Nuno succeed without the help of Mr. Marinakis? I don't think so.
I think it would be better than Potter anyway. Certainly in terms of results. The style of football probably won't be, but the results will be.
Even though Mr. Marinakis isn't there.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, Marinakis and
David Sullivan.
Exactly.
Who would you rather go on holiday with?
I don't know, but
It's Jean-Paul to the rescue. Yes, really. For Tottenham, at home to Wolves as he gets the equalizer deep in injury time against a team that had lost, every game this season?
Yeah, that's right.
Jules, what did you make of it?
I don't think that was pretty from Spurs at all. I mean, they got lucky. It's a great finish by Palinha. But if they need Palinha to score kind of a really difficult goal to get a point against Wolves at home, it's tough. It would be tough as well. I just think it's what we said already earlier in the season, Gab, in previous shows. Defensively, without the ball, you can set them up. He's got people who Thomas Frank has people who fit what he wants to do out of possession, whether it's the running game and pressing or the defensive structure with the ball, as we saw against Bournemouth at home, as we saw against Villarreal at home, as we saw against Wolves at home. It's difficult, and they lack creativity. They don't really know what to do with the ball, and it's tough.
I'm not sure he's accustomed or to trusting and getting the best out of technically gifted players. I don't want to be.
He will, but it takes time.
Wait, who did he have? He had Damsgaard, a bit of Eriksson. He was there a little bit for Ollie Watkins.
No, but Mbomo is very good technically.
No, he's not Xavi Simons. He's not
No, but
the
he's still
guys
very
they
good
have.
technically.
I
No,
don't know.
yeah, no. I just think it's hard to put something together with the ball, harder than without the ball.
And by the way, Vitor Pereira, much better coach than his record, although I wasn't expecting him to like change the whole team.
Yeah, no.
Go
Sticking
ahead.
with Spurs, they issued a statement saying that they turned down an informal bid from a former DJ named Brooklyn Eric. Eric, sorry, Gab. What's this about?
Don't apologize to me. Apologize to him. I don't know. The name seemed made up. He doesn't have a Wikipedia page. Doesn't have much of a footprint. Supposedly, he represented a group of 12 of his friends who were ready to spend 4.5 billion pounds. Now, okay, I say this with the greatest respect. 4.5 billion pounds is 1.5 times what what Fenway valued Liverpool at.
Yeah.
It's about twice what Chelsea was sold for, 3 years ago? And even then, everybody said this valuation's way too high.
Yeah.
It's nearly what Manchester United was valued at.
Yeah. There's no way you turn down that money if it's on the table, if you're the Lewis family.
If you think
Impossible.
it's a serious
Yeah,
bid,
if
no.
it's a serious bid.
And by the way, they had to issue a statement because of the way takeover rules work in the UK, and they said it was an informal inquiry. I don't know. I'm actually thinking of ringing up Vinay this afternoon and just as a test and saying like, hey, I have 10 friends of mine, all of whom are billionaires. They're all kicking in $1 billion. Can we talk?
Can we make an offer?
Yeah. See what he says.